It's the final countdown. It's less than 2 weeks till Christmas, less than 3 weeks to the new year. The holiday season is kicking into high gear. Everybody is hustling and bustling. There's all kind of activity going on in town, and you're about to be flooded with all of these New Year, New Me posts. They're going to be everywhere. You're probably already thinking about how you're going to do things differently next year too. But let me ask you something. Are you really? Let's be honest for just a minute. If you're watching this, there is a good chance that you're carrying around stress, anxiety, and maybe even a healthy dose of trauma that's been weighing you down for years. You've tried to outrun it, shove it into a dark corner of your mind and ignore it, thinking that, well, it'll just magically disappear with enough time. Here's the thing. Time does not heal what you refuse to address. You might have been telling yourself all year, well, this is just a phase. Things are going to get better when I finish this project. Things will get better when the kids go back to school. Things will get better when work slows down and I can breathe for a few minutes. Things will get better after I get through the holidays. And yet, here you are, watching this video, still carrying the same stress, the same anxiety, the same old patterns, and that same emotional weight as you were this time last year. If you're being really honest, maybe you've been carrying it a lot longer than that. So let's just cut through all of the BS. Through all the noise, just let's get real for a minute. If you don't do something different in 2025, it's going to feel a lot like 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021. You get the picture, right? Because what you've been doing, it hadn't been working. Now, I don't say this to be harsh. I don't say this to be mean. I say it because it's true. And deep down, you know it. Whatever you've been doing to manage your stress and your anxiety, clearly that's not giving you the relief that you're looking for. You know, maybe you've tried just white-knuckling through it. Just telling yourself, I'll just push through this, I'll toughen up. Well, you know that does not work. Ignoring stress does not make it go away. It just builds up more and more until it spills over into a panic attack or anger outburst or exhaustion or breakdown. Or maybe you've just been scrolling your way into oblivion. You know, social media binging is the new stress relief, right? Except instead of relaxing you wind up comparing yourself to everyone else's posts that you see, and those feelings that you had, they end up feeling worse than before. Or maybe retail therapy is your go-to. You know, let me just get this shiny new gadget, this new device, this new pair of shoes, this new outfit, or an impulse vacation, or all of that kind of stuff that you're just buying and getting and getting and getting. It may give you a dopamine hit for that second, but that stress is still waiting when you come back, and when those credit card bills hit, that stress is coming back with full force. Some of the more negative things that people tend to do, trying to drink or smoke or eat their way through it. And it's not my place to judge you. I'm just pointing out that numbing yourself doesn't actually solve anything. It just kicks the can further down the road. Or maybe, like I did for years, you're just constantly buying all of the self-help books, all of the motivation. You're watching all of the motivational videos, all of the reels that are helping you or feel like you're helping you get motivated. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with self-help. I love a good breakthrough book just as much as the next person. But at some point, reading about how to fix yourself is not enough. You've got to actually do something. You've got to put some skin in the game. You've got to take some action. The truth is, You can't think your way out of these negative trances and patterns that are living in your unconscious mind. Anxiety, stress, and trauma aren't just thoughts. They are patterns. They're habits. They're loops that your mind run on autopilot over and over and over again. And unless you address those patterns at the root, it's just nothing's going to change. Now, the hard truth about this next year thinking, this mentality, I know what you're thinking. Okay, I'll get serious about it this January. A new year, new me, right? A fresh start. And sure, that calendar might change, but here's the hard truth. January the 1st does not have any magical powers. If you don't change how you're showing up for yourself, nothing about this new year is going to be different. You're going to carry that same old stress, that same old worry, that same old emotional baggage that you've been toting around for years right into 2025. Same weight, new number on the calendar year. Because here's the thing. You don't accidentally heal. You don't wake up one day and find that that stress has magically disappeared and that anxiety is packed up and moved out of your head. No. Healing is intentional. It requires you to look at what's not working, make some different choices, and then actually follow through on those choices. Now, I know that it sounds hard, but here's the good news. It does not have to be. There are plenty of tools that are effective in helping you find those solutions you've been looking for. Here's an idea. It may just change everything for you. Your unconscious, subconscious mind is the one running the show. Those anxious thoughts, those stress triggers, those emotional reactions that seem to come out of nowhere, they are all rooted in your subconscious. And the subconscious mind is where your habits, your emotional responses, your fears, and your beliefs live. It's like that software running in the background of this phone that you're watching this on, or this computer that you're watching this on. It's running quietly in the background, influencing everything that's happening, whether you realize it or not. The good news is, if that subconscious mind can learn those patterns, it can unlearn them just as easily. And that's where hypnosis and hypnotherapy come in. Hypnosis allows you to access your unconscious mind directly. It's like opening up the control panel of your brain and getting in there and rewriting the programs that are not working anymore. So what does that look like in real life? Stress becomes manageable. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, you respond to challenges with calm and clarity. Anxiety loses its grip. You interrupt that negative cycle, those negative trances of racing thoughts, and you regain control over your mind. And the trauma that you've experienced actually begins to heal. Hypnosis helps you reframe those emotional memories so that they stop holding you hostage. And you feel lighter, you feel freer, and you're more present. Instead of being weighted down by those past events or worried about the future, you can actually begin to enjoy the reality of here and now. And another important thing is hypnosis works quickly. While traditional therapy might take months or years to see progress, most of my clients see results in a couple of sessions. And it's time to make a different choice. I get it. I understand. Change is hard. We don't like change. Facing your stress and anxiety head on feels uncomfortable for you. But you know what's even more uncomfortable? Carrying that weight, that same weight for another year. And the only way to break free is to make a different choice. Right now. Not next week. Not in 3 weeks when January 1st hits. Now. Because let's be honest, if you're not going to find the time, you have to make that time. You have to decide that your mental and emotional well-being is worth it. You have to decide that you deserve better, than to keep dragging this same old stress and anxiety along for another lap around the sun. What if this could be your year? Just imagine for a minute that you wake up in the morning feeling calm and clear. You're not overwhelmed by the weight of your thoughts. You see yourself handling challenges as they come up throughout the day with confidence instead of spiraling into that stress. You show up. You're there for your family, for your work, for your friends, and for yourself as the person that you want to be, and not as someone who's constantly battling this stress and anxiety and overwhelm. This is not some far-off fantasy. It's what happened when you commit to doing the work, when you address those subconscious patterns at the root of your struggles, and you rewire your mind for this calm, this clarity, this freedom. If you're ready to stop carrying the same stress, I'm here to help. We've been here for 5 years now, and here at Northwest Georgia Coaching and Hypnosis, I work with people just like you every day. People that feel stuck, that feel weighted down, that are unsure how to break free. And I help them get the results they're looking for, whether it's stress or anxiety or trauma or fears or bad habits that you're ready to let go of. I can help you communicate with your unconscious mind, rewrite those patterns that are holding you back, and help you move forward. Let this be the year that you finally say enough. Because here's the deal. You can keep doing what you've been doing. You can carry the same stress, the same anxiety, and the same emotional weight into 2025, hoping that something will magically change. Or you can decide right here, right now, that 2025 is going to be the year you do something different. Actually, today is going to be the day that you do something different. You stop ignoring the problem and you start healing it. This is the year you stop surviving and start thriving. This is the year you stop being held back by your mind and start taking control. And this does not have to take forever. It does not have to be hard, but it does have to start. Are you ready to stop carrying this stress? Leave me a message. Leave me a comment. Send me an email. Send me smoke signals. Whatever it takes to schedule that consultation with me. Schedule it and find out if this new year is going to actually be your year, that you make these changes and begin to live as you were intended to.